Hi, how are you? This is JilliBling, and I have a project to share that I saw on Pinterest. Rachel Tessman, Stamp Your Art Out, made this tucked Z-fold card. But look at that. Is that just the cutest? Little grass, little pebbles, and she did hers similar but different. She used the little embellishments, the little pebbles, and I don't have any of those, so I just used the die to make all these little pebbles. And the little hooks, did those in silver. So look at all the tools on here. Clippers, little shovel, big shovel. These are not colored, and I know a few of you will just love that. They're not cut out, they're die cuts. So when I did the first project, I've got it right here, I was trying to use the silver die cut to do these, and it just filled up the whole area. So one project is using blends, and this project is using just die cuts, no coloring. But isn't that just as cute as can be? Tucked Z-fold. And Rachel Tessman, Stamp Your Art Out, she has a tutorial on it, so if you want a different viewpoint, she has a great tutorial on making the same card. So let's get started. We'll use the Home and Garden stamp set, mostly just for the words. And garden dies, and layering circle dies for these circles right here. So I have words picked out, and papers. So the silver, of course, is for the metallic on the tools. These little pieces, these are longer than what's needed, as Rachel suggested, and it works out great. So you're going to stamp 1 sentiment here for the front, and then a second greeting or sentiment for the inside, and we'll trim both of those. And then this has wood grain embossing folder, so we'll do that. So, you know, let me just get started on this, and I'll mention to you about the dies, because there is a little bit of a trick. So don't just jump in, or else you might do a whoops. There's just a little trick. Okay, so that's a black paper, just like always, fold in half. The white paper for the inside, which is the Z fold. So if it were just flat, it would just be folded in half and then fold this one again. You could pull out your score tool if you want, but I find it easier just to do this. Fold it in half and then fold this in half again. Okay, so that is the Z-fold. And that will go right here. But don't stick it down yet. First, of course, we have to stamp on it, but I have a few steps first. So, when you look at this green smaller circle paper, smaller circle, and this one is just a little bit bigger, this circle here. And I could tell you how big they are, because if you have this die set, you'll probably want to know. So this one is 2 1/8, and then this one is 2 3/8. So just a little bit of a difference, which makes that lovely little mini border. Okay, so let's cut out this one and texture it with the embossing folder. cut out textured. So now this piece, this is where I have the little tip. When you attach your piece of designer paper, which you could do, I'm thinking one step in advance. You know, before you do that, let's do the sentiment, because after we put the sentiment, I want to trim it off. So let's first do the two sentiments, and then we'll get back to cutting the circle. Okay, so memento, the man who could do anything. So this one I want to do is a happy birthday, and do it right in the center, and don't do it crooked. That's good. And then the other one is happy birthday or birthday wishes. And just do your best to get it centered. That one's a little low. Okay. That's good. Okay, so let's put birthday wishes on the outside. Just a little bit crooked. I was wondering, what's the worst? So if this is going to go right about here, and you could have your circle wherever you want it, but I'm looking that this amount equals that amount, that equals that amount. And now they don't. Okay, so this piece is going to go on here, and I'm going to get it in line with the circle, and then I'll trim it. So I like that. So you could use your Stampin' Seal or liquid glue. Whatever you have is fine. Whatever you like is fine. Now put this on, and then I'm going to trim it. Okay, that looks good because the word's centered under the circle, and I'm going to trim off just this little excess garden green. And when Rachel did hers, she did hers in Just Jade, but I'm almost out of Just Jade paper. So, garden green it will be. We'll use these in a minute. Okay, so when you go to stick your designer paper onto your card front, go around just the outside. Then we're going to run it through and cut the circle, and we want two separate pieces. So if you're putting glue or adhesive everywhere, your circles are going to be stuck together, your black and your designer paper. So, oops, let's put adhesive around the outside edges. Because we're going to use the designer paper and the black circle in separate areas. And then put that on centered. Okay, now open it up, and this is going to go onto your machine just like that. And we're going to run it through and get two circles. And there it is. Oh, without the birthday wishes. I can't peel that up. Let's do birthday wishes again. So, if you happen to do it backwards, I'll show you a way you can make it work. Because I don't have this, I already attached the paper, so I would just be guessing where to trim it. But there's a way. Okay, so this is going to go in the center. Crooked. Good thing it's magic paper. A little bit low, but that's okay. So to trim it, because I already stuck that down, I'll get this centered. And it's not as centered as I wish it to be. I wish it was over this way a little bit. Then you can use your snips just to say, trim it right here. And pretend like you know what you're doing. And that's just fine. Okay, just like that. Back to where we were, and we have our circles. So now I have 2 separate circles. So if you had put adhesive all over that, these would be stuck together, and you need them to be separate. So this one is going to be for the front. Isn't it funny how die cuts do that? See that little white rim of paper? Nail file. Yeah, that works good. And if ever you have a die cut or a punch that doesn't punch exactly smooth, very handy to have a nail file. Okay, good. So we can attach these. I'll use liquid glue. I seem to be going to liquid glue more and more lately. It holds really good. So I bet you want to do the pieces, the little choppers and shovels. They're so cute. Okay, and then this piece will go right here. Oh, we could put the words on that. To the man who can do anything. How's that fit? Perfect. Okay, so adhesive, and what's interesting is this designer paper is going diagonal, which is great. And when Rachel did hers, she had it going that way. And she commented that when you go to put your words on here, if you put it right about in the center, you could use the planks of the designer paper to help you get it straight, which is very convenient. And then just trim this off, right in the shape of the circle. Look at that. Aren't we fancy? Okay, so this one will go in here, and this one will put adhesive on half of it and put it in there. But before we do that, first of all, I know I want to do my stamping first. I want to do the tools. Let's do the tools. Okay, so there's 3 tools that we can do using dies only. So we're going to cut it out in black and then also in silver. Then for the shovel, black, which is the same die you'd use for this one. Where's the stamp? How can things get lost? I'm not messy. So if you stamp this on white paper, you would cut it out using this die. So the same die is what you cut the shovel out, but just in black. And then trying to find a place so you could see them so it shows up well. So shovel, these are in silver foil, not the rake. Lori, thank you. I know these are loppers. Hop, lop. Okay. Oh, that must be magnet. How do my scissors get magnet? Oh, look at that. Are your snips magnetized? It's kind of fun. Well, let me see. No. Oh, here, look at that. Hey, check out your snips. Are yours magnetized? Look at that. Oh, simple pleasures. Okay, one more, but I know that this is the big one. Let me see if he'll pick it up. Oh, I wonder if I did something, if I put it by a magnet. I don't know that I have a magnet in there. Okay, back on task. So these are cut out, just the outline of the tool in black. These, big shovel, little shovel, lopper, and hanger uppers, those are cut out in silver foil. The grass is cut out in garden green, and I did 3 pairs per card. Then these are the little rocks. I'll hold this up close. Yeah. So before you do this project, are you willing to glue and pick up and stick little rocks? If the answer is yes, party on. We're going to do it. Okay. All those go back into the tray. A few of you have asked, actually quite a few people, where do you get those trays? So this one and this one, and look how you could put 2 of the little ones right here. These are from the Container Store. And I was running low and I tried to order a whole bunch online. No, you have to go there. So every time I go there, I gobble up everything that they have. They come in different colors too, but they're very convenient. Okay, let's make tools. Oh, Sharpie. Sharpie is for that right there. I'll show you that in a minute. So here is 3, did I do 3? Yeah, 3 pairs of the grass. There's a small one and a big one. Uh-oh, it's not coming out good. That one came out fine. I might have to trim these. What's going on? Little one is behaving. The big one, well, it worked fine for that other project. Okay, so 3 little ones. Big ones. Chances of me getting it lined up a second time, I don't know. Okay, so with your grass, maybe go through a few times. You know I changed plates. I got some new cutting plates. You saw that one, it was perfectly clear. When does that happen? Oh, this one's coming out now. Maybe I really needed to change them. And I wouldn't have you sit through all this, but we need the grass. We need it. Okay, it's kind of going now. Maybe I needed those new plates more than I knew. Okay, so those are garbage pieces. Oop, it looks like I pulled off one of the... So, Tony's on his bus trip. He's coming home tomorrow. Woohoo! And the parents are coming home. They're in Seattle right now. And they won't be home until, I think their flight doesn't arrive till midnight. They tried to go to the desk to get an earlier flight, and Mama just sent a message. Nope. No luck. And I think that's just like an hour and a half, a couple hour flight to Eugene, so... They have a nice dinner. Hey, they're not driving. They have all kinds of beverages at the airport. Okay, Looking good. But you know what? I have to trim these just right. Otherwise, they won't look good. What about that thing? Good. Good. Okay, one more. Then we'll be back on track. Okay, one more. Okay. Whew, a lot of work for 6 pieces of grass. We haven't got to the little stones yet. They're cute. But they're tiny. Okay, let's get to making. So here is this. We could start out by making, let's make the tools. That's like the fun part. Okay, here's the 3 that were cut in just plain black. And sparkly. And this one is so cool. Look at the detail in that. You can see where there's a little screw, where there's a top blade, bottom blade. How it just, it's very cute. So these are the hanger-uppers. These are the coat hooks. Okay, so let's get to assembling these. Give them a second to dry. So I'm just going to put glue on here. And glue on here. And glue on here. And get them adjusted so they line up perfectly. See, now it's cute. Now I understand. Before it was like, not going to use those. Gotta love the internet. The internet shows you all the things you didn't know, plus more. People are so creative. Okay, let them dry a little bit. Notice I haven't pulled out the rocks yet. Okay, we can do this. Sharpie on the little screw handle. Just a little dot. Or you could use your black blend. And this I'm going to put on with mini dimensionals. So I'll do one mini one right here, and okay, maybe 2 mini ones. See if I get them to fit. That's good. Then I'm going to put liquid glue here and here. That's been my latest thing. I don't know why I do that. Kind of so it's like 3D. Like that's the part that's sticking out. This part is laying flat. So I'll have the wood grain going landscape. And then I like these down at a little bit of an angle, just in the center. So the front of the card looks kind of simple. Like, look at that. It's like, oh yeah, okay, wood grain, happy Father's Day, cute. But then, are you wowed? Woo! I'm wowed. I like it. Okay, these are just going to get glued in. That is going to go in after we do stamping. That's going to go in. Okay, time for stamping. So, I like on here. So the only stamping is right there, but you know what? If we do birthday wishes to the man who could do anything. See, this could go to a husband or to a son. So I don't know that these other words would be appropriate. Should I put a ladder? But then I'll have to color it. Okay, nothing it will be. Unless I pretend like this is coming from the kids. No. What's that other side? That's cute. Make good things grow all year. That could be for a husband who does everything. Okay. And it's like a year. It's your birthday. It's a yearly thing. Okay. So that is going to go right here. Just like this one has it up high. And then the little hangers are going to go midpoint. Okay. So that's the only thing that's stamped on the inside. But I'm going to test out the alignment right down here on my paper. Okay, so I think that's straight. That's straight. It behaves. Okay. Ah, love it when it works out. That's all the stamping. We are done stamping. Memento. And, okay, let's start assembling. Because we can put it together now, because there's no more stamping. Okay. So adhesive all along here. Because of a lot of the card pivots right here, I might even put liquid glue just to make sure it stays down. The rest of it should stay down. I just want to get my fingers dirty today, I guess. Get them in the glue. Okay, so this is going to go in here. Hold that up. See, why did I put glue around the outside edges? I know my finger's right in it. Okay, that's good. Good things grow all year. Happy birthday. Okay, so for the outside, it's this one. I'm going to have the wood grain going straight across. So that means adhesive just on this side and then right in here. I'm going to kind of avoid the edges a bit. Try to keep it a bit thin because I want it to dry fast. I'm impatient. Okay, so now that it's all closed, then that makes it easy to place the circle. Okay. Probably should have done this before. Dry. Okay, let's do the rocks, the little stones. So I started collecting them on here. These are stones. Here's the stones. They're tiny. So if you find any little sand piece of paper laying around, it's a stone. So I was using my Take Your Pick tool, the picker-upper, and that little sticky, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This end is the end that picks stuff up. It was sticking a lot. So I'm going to do my old school way of using my snips. Okay, did you dry enough? I'm going to hold that down because I want it to stay right there. Pull this out like that. Looks good. Look at that. Aren't we fancy? Okay, and since we're on a roll, because I'm avoiding doing the little stones, this right here is going to go right in here. So close the door and adhesive. Okay, and then just kind of, and there it is, perfectly centered. So, good, good. So this card It's easy and it's hard all at one time. It's hard because of the little pieces. It's easy because it doesn't look like there's that much to it. Anyhow, I suggest give it a try. Okay, so for all these little things, let's do it just like this. So I'll start with this. And I'm just going to use liquid glue for mini shovel. We'll go right about here. Grass, 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 stone, stone, and I know we'll do more in just a minute. Okay, so mini shovel right there. It's nice when you have something to copy. When I was doing the first one, it's like, I don't know where to put stuff. Grass. And so there's a big grass and a little grass. So this one is going to be little grass, big grass, little grass, green grass, and another little grass. Kind of overlapping a little bit. Okay, and then I'll do the stones later. Oh, I have glue waiting though. Okay, so I'll do a little bitty one right here. And another little bitty one over on this side. And I'll put more on top of the grass in just a bit. Okay, so how about we do this one? So if the shovel goes here, the hanger-upper, what's the real word for it? Tool hanger, that could go here. And these tool hangers could go about in the same area. That's kind of midpoint. I like how sparkly they are. They're shiny. They're chrome. And at this point, I'm just going to make sure it's straight and let it set in with the glue. Okay, there's these little screw indentations that the die made. It is adorable. How do those look? They look pretty straight. So if you don't mind doing little pieces, this is for you. Okay, right there. See the little screw marks? Aren't those cute? And these pieces, you could kind of pull them up a bit. So it's a little bit 3D. Like it's ready to hold your tools. I know when I close a card, it'll flatten. But look at this one. I had those pulled up. So cute. Okay. Now this is going to go on with dimensionals. Definitely a big one here. And little ones. Little one, I might have to trim. I'm going to trim it. It's too big. This one I'm going to lift it up because I don't want it to show through the little handle, because that screw See this screw right here? That can show through just like that. Look at that. Cute, cute, cute. Okay, we definitely need some stones and grass. Done with dimensionals. Okay, so the grass can go here. It could be a little one, a big one, and a big one. What's going on back behind there? Do I need to trim it? Or is that just little paper pieces from running it through the machine? Okay, that's good. And if it isn't good, I'll put a stone over it. Those little pebble things are really cute, but I don't have them already, and I want to do this today. And it's good to use the stuff, the dies in the set. Okay, grass. So next is the stones. And I think I did 3 sets per card, so I'm just going to go with it. So I'm going to do the same ones that I did over there. A big one, a little bit, a little bitty one, little, medium, little, big. Okay, let's see how that goes. So like I was saying with the take your pick tool, it wasn't releasing the little rocks when I went to set it down. So my snips, I dip it in the glue. These things are so tiny that I could pick it up and place it. Here's another medium one right down here. And a big one. And a medium one. That's kind of a rounded one. Some of these have like little dots on them too. You know, boulder, rock detail. This is 2 baby biddies. And that one is upside down. You know, if you told me that today I would be playing around with little bits of paper that most would consider a piece of dust, I'd say no. But look how cute this is. Oh, that's supposed to be a big one. Okay, so I have 2 left, and I think they go right over here. But it's looking, I'm going to put one of them right here. 1, 2. Boy, you could fill the whole bottom up with adorable little rocks. So that's it. This project is done. So see, it's just dealing with the tiny little pieces is hard, but otherwise it goes together really fast and it's quite compelling. I love this. Thank you, Stamp Your Art Out, for sharing this, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.